RusAme reader, Song, and today I will be reading to you from Rival Schools by Cake. Now, on to Chapter 12, Masking Happiness. America stood in front of his parents with his head down, refusing to look at them. Embarrassment and fear struck within him. They had quickly been released from custody. The police loved them. And now they were standing face to face with America after he tried to grab his younger sister's toys so that they wouldn't be without them. They were yelling. That's what they were always doing. Always yelling at him. Only they weren't beating him. Only yelling and screaming. He was holding New Zealand's plush kiwi and Australia's plush kangaroo tight in his hands, holding back from hurling them at their faces. Yet here he was, as if nothing had ever changed. "If my daughters are not back in my home in 24 hours, the police will arrest you for kidnapping!" Fritz screamed, throwing an apple at America, striking him in the head. "I do not care if your ass stays with that boyfriend of yours. My daughters will not be subjected to your satanic abuse." America was fighting tears, feeling warmth swell a bit on his head. She broke a stitch, that's for sure. America only nodded and quickly left, rushing himself back to Ukraine's car, which was just down the street. Once he got in, he placed his backpack and the two plush animals in the back before taking the shotgun seat, facing Ukraine. "They're home, she asked, a worried look on her face. "You know they broke some stitches." "Yeah, I'll be fine. I just want Russia." "What did they say?" Ukraine asked, driving away. "I have 24 hours to give my sisters back up to them, or I'm being arrested for kidnapping. They don't want me back. They called me names." The rest of the ride was quiet as Ukraine was unable to find something to say in return, having nothing but sympathy for America. She did grab a few napkins lying around and gave them to America, him holding it up to his now bleeding head. When they returned to her house, Ukraine guided America inside before seating him on the couch, yelling for her dad. "They broke a few stitches!" "Who broke a few stitches?" Now, Russia, Canada, and Soviet were all surrounding America with Ukraine, trying to get words out of America over what happened. America couldn't speak, however, only contemplating his few options. They never abused Canada, only him. They never touched any of their daughters, only him. America rested his head on Russia's arm, a small smile forming on his face. "They want my sisters back, that's all. They said I can stay, but not them. Can you believe that, Russ? They never wanted me." "They'll most likely press charges, and America will not last a single minute in jail," Canada muttered, pressing a damp cloth to America's head. "I can't have my brother go to jail, or my sisters go back." "None of us can. We're packing everything we need and leaving before the authorities find us," Soviet announced. "This way, they'll never be able to take you three, and I'll stay here to fight the charges." "Papa, do you really want to do that?" Russia asked, rubbing America's shoulder. "It's the only option there is." Time passed on, and now America was in a whole new city, laying on Russia, whilst the two cuddled on a hotel bed. They were to go to Russia's grandfather's house, and an even further city, but they had to stop for the night. It was strange, as only America and Russia lie awake, all the girls fast asleep. They stayed silent as Russia massaged America's back, occasionally kissing his forehead in hopes to reassure him. It never worked. America always had problems with anxiety. "What if the police find us?" America muttered, finally breaking the silence. We're going to be 5 cities away from them, and it's a whole new jurisdiction for law enforcement, Russia explained. These cops are more likely to be way more professional and understand that it's an abuse case. Russia, I'm scared. I know. Deep breaths, America. Just know I'll be right here and fight anyone off. I talked to Dad, and he said I can get my cast off at the hospital there too. There's going to be a manhunt for us. Let's get some sleep, da? Stop pushing my fucking thoughts away. You're overthinking, my dear. You need to rest your brain. It's a long drive tomorrow. Russ, they are asleep. We can talk tomorrow when we get to bed, okay? Please get some rest. You desperately need it. You didn't sleep well last night, nor the night before. Just try to get some tonight. America decided against arguing with Russia and just grabbed his bear plush, pulling it into his arms as he slid into Russia's arms and rested his head on his chest. Russia kissed America's forehead once more, thanking him as well. However, America was not sleeping, rather just keeping silent once again. He waited until he knew Russia was asleep to get up and walk outside, leaving the hotel for some air. I'll text Coach tomorrow and let him know I'm still going to compete in the championship meet tomorrow, he muttered to himself, sitting on the curb. It's supposed to be in Arlington. That's 30 minutes away from where Russia's grandpa lives. He pulled out his phone and noticed he had 40 plus texts from over 20 people who were asking if he was okay and where he was. He noticed Germany had tried to call him, and knowing him, he called back. America, are you okay? Where the fuck are you? Germany immediately answered, more voices able to be heard in the background. America figured it was just his girlfriend and their families, but he was proven wrong immediately before he could even answer. America! Oh my god, you're alive! It was Brazil, and he sounded the utmost relieved. I'm in Wellingstock. My parents kicked me out, and I took my sisters with me, so we're running from the police. Bro, you can't be doing that when you have a championship in 3 days and nobody else with you. My boyfriend and his 2 sisters are with us. We're not completely alone. Plus, I'll be 30 minutes away from the school the meet will take place at. So I'll meet you there, hopefully. You missed it. Brazil got caught making out in the halls because he was skipping. And Spain and Belgium both started a fight with the new economics teacher. He's an absolute douche. Not at all a good replacement for the old guy you got fired. Well, he would have quit if I actually showed up to school, America joked, leaning backwards onto the ground. How's Poland? She's been worried sick over you. You were her first friend. I can't blame her. I finally got her to eat and sleep not too long ago, but the rest of us have been staying up. I meant the other thing, Germs. You know that. Ah, right, sorry. We've calculated that when we graduated next month, she won't be showing any sign of pregnancy. Oh, and we finally told our parents, and they were just the most delighted old folks in this planet. I'm proud of you, man. Say, how's the thought of being a dad coming along? It's scary, but we both got accepted into the same college, and since they don't have a women's football, she got an academic scholarship, so there's no need for her thoughts on having to drop. That's a better relief, because now I can help her raise our child. And yeah, I get to be a dad. And I should get practice now, You should definitely be practicing, Germs. Yeah, I know. Speaking of which, go to bed, America. You don't sleep when you're stressed, and maybe if you just try to sleep with that boyfriend of yours, you'll actually fall asleep. I'll try, I promise. Thank you. Good night. You all get some sleep as well. America mumbled, slowly standing up. We will. Good night. The phone line was quiet after the two hung up, America taking a few deep breaths. He slowly returned to the room and the bed he was sharing with Russia and climbed into bed. He placed himself back into Russia's arms and closed his eyes. Please don't wander off again. We're still supposed to be in hiding, Russia whispered. He kissed America's forehead and pulled America closer to him. Sorry. You will always be forgiven. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.